Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Raiders Daily, where we post daily Las Vegas Raiders content. If that is something you enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Before we get into today's video, really quickly, I do want to thank you guys for 2,000 subs. We're a little over it now, and the next goal will be 3,000 subs, but appreciate all the love, man. This channel is like barely 2 months old, and it's making some great... It's getting some traction, so I appreciate everyone for tuning into the channel on a daily basis. Today we're going to talk about a couple of different things to look out for at Raiders OTAs, and I hate saying this because if you've been watching this channel, you know my thoughts on Bleacher Report. But Bleacher Report did like a thing for all 32 teams in the league on just kind of things to look after, and I'm going to base some of the topics in today's video and give my opinion on it. And we'll start it off. This is what everyone's really kind of talking about outside of, I guess, like bigger stuff. Alex Leatherwood at the right tackle position. So basically, Alabama got drafted to play right tackle in not this year's draft, last year's draft. Completely shit the bed. Like, completely shit the bed. In fact, they had to move him to right guard halfway through the season because of how many sacks and how many penalties he was giving up. Now, in just general, the whole Raiders offensive line was garbage. It was completely garbage, dude. Ranked 28th in the league. Like, it's not rocket science. The offensive line was terrible last season. Now, my thinking is this. They made some moves, whether it was draft free agency, what have you. My thought is that with the new coaching staff and the further development and progression of these young cats, I think they're going to improve. I still would like them to get insurance pieces out there once June 1st clears and they have about over $20 million in salary. But the thing is, at the same time, specifically with a guy like Alex Leatherwood, this is a first-round draft pick. You have to figure it out this season. Like, I don't want to hear any excuse. I literally don't want to hear any excuse. Your first-round draft pick, rookie season, it's fine. It's in the past. It's forgotten. It's time to get to business. And to be quite frank with you guys, I think Alex Leatherwood is going to have a bounce-back season. I truly believe he's going to have a bounce-back season because I'm very high on this cat. And coming out of the draft, everyone was high on this guy. He's got high upside, knows what he's doing, he's experienced. Alabama especially, you got to love those SEC, specifically Saban guys. And I think he's going to have a good season. But I will tell you this, if he doesn't, I'm going to be hard on him. Because you cannot be a first-round draft pick in the NFL and have 2 dog shit seasons. See ya. But I'm hopeful. Hasn't happened. We don't know what's going to happen. I'm very, very hopeful, very optimistic about Alex Leatherwood having a bounce-back season. Number 2, Parham got drafted by the Raiders early on, 3rd round, and there's a lot of thought that he should be somewhere on the offensive line starting. We'll kind of see, basically, is he going to be off? Is he going to be a center? Is he going to be a right guard? If they have to put him at right tackle, they'll have to put him at right tackle. If worst case scenario with Leatherwood, but I do think Dylan is one of the best offensive linemen in this year's draft, and I think the fact that the Raiders were able to get him in the 3rd round, I think that's very critical. I think that's very important, and I do anticipate him to be a day 1 starter. Could be wrong, I could be wrong, but I anticipate him being a day 1 starter, and I think he'll have a slightly above average season. I don't think we're talking anything crazy here. We'll see soon. We'll see very soon. But, he seems more like a player to me where he's already ready to go. Like, he's already able to produce and be serviceable for your squad. I think he's just going to improve as the season goes on, as all rookies should, might I add. But I do think he's going to be a guy who's going to be able to come in, produce immediately, but I think he's going to age like a nice, fine glass of some wine. I was going to say Pinot, but I don't know shit about wine. It all tastes the same to me. So I don't want to throw some French wine, something like that. So I do think Dylan is going to be solid for him. And then number 3 what they had was wide receiver number 2. This is where I had, or I guess wide receiver number 3 technically, but with Hunter in the slot, I'm talking the guy, not named Devontae Adams. We're looking at essentially Keelan Cole, Demarcus Robinson, and Matt Collins. I think those are the three. It's not looking like the Raiders are prioritizing anything too crazy at the wide receiver spot. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're thinking, let's wait for Julio, let's wait for Odell. Let's not think we're going to sign them, but let's keep an eye on them. And the longer it goes, longer into free agency goes, the cheaper, the less valuable they become, and that's when we strike. Maybe. I don't really know. I continue to make wide receiver signing videos because, as I've alluded to in my videos, I don't even want to comment on what I was going to comment, but like, injuries happen. Injuries happen. It's a cold, hard truth. They happen. If you think you're going to go a whole season without one player on your roster getting injured, you're an idiot. You're literally an idiot. So, at the wide receiver spot, I can't help but think, why not get a third guy? Like, why not just go out and sign a proven veteran? It doesn't even have to be somebody, like, you have to put that much stock into. Like, maybe like a guy like Julio or Odell, there's this hype around him. There's these expectations. I'm looking at a guy like Will Fuller. Like, the Raiders love speed. They've lost speed. Clear as day, they've lost speed. Yes, you have some deep threats. Demarcus Robinson, I'm very excited about. I'm very excited about Demarcus Robinson. I'm excited about Keelan Cole. But reliable, consistent guys, I don't know. I just don't know if I'm ready to rely on these dudes quite yet, because the way I see the Raiders right now, all the moves they made in the offseason, as good of a draft as they had with just such little to work with, this is a Super Bowl contending team. If you can get out of, let me tell you this, if you can get out of the AFC West, get out of it. If you can literally just make the playoffs, being in the AFC West, you are a Super Bowl contender. It's that cut and dry. If you are the number one team in the AFC West, you are a Super Bowl contender immediately. No ifs, ands, or buts. So I'm like, this Raiders roster, they're built to make a run. So why not just continue building out, continue stepping onto those damn stones, keep going up there. So we'll see what they decide to do. I look at a guy like Will Fuller. The guy played two games last season. You can get him for the cheapest you will ever be able to get Will Fuller at 27 years old, in his prime, still one of the fastest wide receivers in the entire NFL. You have the ability to get him right now, no competition. If he stays healthy, yeah, it's a little bit risky, but the reward is all the way over there. If your number one thought process is, I don't want to take a risk on signing Will Fuller to a $800,000 a year contract, that's not going to be the price, but you get the point. It's going to be something the Raiders can afford. Like, if you're worried, all of a sudden you're worried about Will Fuller injury, but you're not worried about what could happen to your already wide receiver core. Like, it's just not deep enough. That's the bottom line. That's the last 2 minutes summed up in one sentence. It's not deep enough. It's not deep enough. Derek Carr's a good quarterback. Why not get freaking deeper? That's my thoughts, though. Let me know what you guys think about today's video. What do you think the biggest weakness? What do you want the Raiders to address? Or what is something you're looking at during Raiders OTAs? Hit the like button, hit that sub button, and I will see you guys later.